Hi friends, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving break, whatever kind of break you got. I did, and clearly this Monday is catching me by surprise. I'm all of a sudden all kinds of things to handle and details. I'm sure you're probably the same at your work. So, a little bit later on the video tonight, but here I am. Something I want you to consider as we're nearing the end, so just 2 weeks left together. We're not asking you to aim for good enough. And I don't want you in your writing aiming for good enough. When you're communicating with other people and taking their time and expressing something, I want you aiming for the best that you can possibly produce. So that's the purpose of this class, and having assignments that are only a paragraph long is that it is your chance to perfect what you do. APA format at this stage in the game should be easy. It should be the template that you're using. It should be an assignment that you have perfected it to the best of your ability. The margins are correct. The references page is correct. All of your indentations, your subheadings, everything is accurate. And once you get that, use that assignment forevermore. Just open it anew and build it with the new material for the next assignment that you do. So APA is not complicated. It's very, very simple math, and you need to have it nailed. Same thing with mechanics, talked about that last week. If you don't know the rules, ask me, look them up, master the rules. The reason is when you're out there in the workplace. Now, some of you may be in forgiving atmospheres, and sometimes in your work career, you may work somewhere where, you know what, they don't really care about typos, it's okay. That might be the case, but that will not forever be the case. There are some work environments where a single typo can make you look really one of two things: either uneducated, and you don't get to claim that anymore because you're not, or lazy, and you don't want to look that. So I want you considering other lines of work that you might employ. For example, a physician who's going to do surgery on a family member, and if they send you an email the night before surgery and they were clarifying that you're to be on a liquid diet and you're to show up at the hospital this time. Now, probably the surgeon's not going to do that, but for the sake of my argument, let's say the surgeon sends the email and there are 3 typos in it, but you know what? He was in a hurry and it was good enough. Are you going to want to cancel the surgery? And the same thing goes if I've got somebody working on my carburetor and they're like, well, it's good enough. Yeah, I can't have that because I don't want something happening when I'm on I-5 and I'm going 65 miles an hour. Good enough is not what we're aiming for. We're aiming for excellence and the best of your ability. So I want you to get the tools in 201 and then in 202, build on those tools, that you know the rules, you know the math of what is expected, so that you're not just out there guessing and you're aiming for. So in this class, particularly by the final assignment, but certainly in the revisions that you submit, and I hope you do intend to submit revisions on every assignment that we've done, expect that you will turn in a submission that will have no grammatical errors and it will have no APA formatting errors. And the content we're kind of working through together. And for the most part, you guys are producing great content. So that should be fine. So why would you not only have an A, but earn 100% of the points? And absolutely that's possible. I tried to tell you at the beginning that I set a high bar in these classes, but in all my classes. And the bar doesn't do this. I hate those situations. The bar stays here and my job is to bring you to the bar. So it's a high bar, but it hasn't moved. So at this point in the game, you should be able to hit it. And 100% is absolutely doable on these 1-paragraph assignments. So I want you thinking ahead to writing assignment 5 and how you're going to approach that. It's just slightly more complex, kind of pointing you towards developing an essay in 202. But you're still in 201 and you're still just asked to write a single paragraph. So rather than saving it till the end or just thinking that the revision is good enough, we're trying to instill in you lifelong habits of knowing how to perfect a single paragraph, so that when the larger, more complicated or more emotional or things are at stake projects come along, you have the tools for building a single paragraph and you're confident in those tools and you're able to do it quickly, efficiently, and effectively. So, my little spiel here, my sermon is asking you to aim for excellence and to aim ultimately in just a single paragraph for perfection. So, I've tried to tell you all along that I'm really not marking subjective things. I'm marking objective errors. I might make a suggestion subjectively based on Aristotle's triangle and whether or not your purpose is clear or your audience is clear. One might deem those subjective, but I'm trying to push you towards the most effective writing possible. But in terms of mechanics and formatting, it's objective. And so I'm marking those. Those are considered errors, and you shouldn't be making them, frankly. So, where are you on that? How do you hear that? Does that kind of irritate you? Does it make you say, yes, I can do that? Or make you feel deflated? You don't need to answer that. I won't be able to hear you. You can email me, that's great. But I just want you honestly and authentically in your own brain answering that question. If I suggest to you that you should be submitting an assignment that earns 100% because you have nailed every marker of that assignment, are you thinking game on? Yeah, I want to do that. Or does that sound daunting? Does that sound impossible? It should be game on. And if it's not, I want you to explore internally why not. And how can you get to the point where you say, all right, that's what I'm going to do. And then you go ahead and do it. Because let me tell you, as a professor, those are such fun papers to grade. So that's where we want you to be, is where I don't even have to look at the scaffolding of mechanics and formatting because I can just focus on your good content because everything else is in place as it should be. I'm here if you want to talk, if you want to email. My goal is for every one of you to earn an A in this class, but this is the point in the course where I need you to pour it on. You can see your grades in the grade book. If you have questions, let me know. You have every opportunity to do revisions and bring it up to where you want it to be. Blessings on your week. It's always a little hard to come back after a couple days off, but Christmas is right around the corner, as my kids keep reminding me, and I keep telling them I haven't started the shopping, so I hope it doesn't come too quickly. But blessings on your season. Happy Advent to you, and I do hope that you find space to just enjoy this month. God bless.